Alright guys, man, we are gonna get rained out today, and it sucks, but we're gonna try and get some stuff done. We're heading over to the Cedartown house, and we got some super cool stuff in from 4-State, and I've been waiting on this stuff for a while. It actually came in right before I went to work, but I didn't have time to do anything with it. So now that I'm home, I want to get that stuff installed. It's super cool. Something that Crystal's needed for, well, since we did Trisha. And but anyways, I won't keep you. I just wanted to say hey and let you know we're on our way to go do some cool stuff. And put my seatbelt on and get this show on the road. I got so much stuff in here. This camera won't stay up here. We're gonna do some cool stuff to the yard. We're gonna create a parking area this month to keep Betty and Marla out of the dirt. You know, you don't want to have your truck sitting in the dirt. You want to have them on some stone at least. So we're going to bring the skid steer down. We're going to scrape off the sod and the topsoil. We're going to get a load of slate delivered, and we're going to build a nice parking spot for the trucks. And I think we're going to do the rest of the driveway as well. Not really sure how to keep the rocks down. It's super annoying. Super annoying to deal with. Your stone migrating out into the yard and your yard migrating into your stone. So that's going to be challenging. We're going to have to figure out what to do there. I caught you. Stand by. Alright. Oh, too low. So anyways, yeah, it's going to be challenging, but I can't have the truck sitting in the dirt. It's super hard on the trucks to be in the dirt. It's hard on the tires. It's hard on the wheels. You know, then they're mowing around them, or we have to move them, and the yard's not really that big, so moving the trucks around, especially Black Betty with her big stretch, it's not super easy to accomplish. But hopefully today we're able to get a few hours in. I probably should have brought my hat. Hopefully we can get the tent set up. It's kind of in a weird spot. We may end up moving Crystal. We got another project at the house we're going to show you. Something new we got yesterday. We didn't do any filming. It was horrible. The mosquitoes were horrible. I got like 31 mosquito bites on my lower legs. Tactical error in judgment. Wearing shorts instead of wearing jeans. And I actually had jeans on, and I was like, oh man, we don't have to take the Dodge. We can just take your truck, babe, and I'll wear shorts and sneakers. We're not going to work on anything. But I didn't realize, or I guess I didn't think about the fact that the thing was in the woods, and we were going to be there for a little while, waiting for the wrecker to come. And man, I got ate up, and I was in such a bad mood. And the guy that I bought this thing from, is a super long story. I'll just kind of summarize it a little bit. The guy that I bought this from, he really didn't want to sell it, and I was dealing with him on a trade. I was going to trade him the Trailblazer for this truck, and we had a deal going, but he wanted me to get the title transferred first. And down here in Georgia, you got a previously salvaged title. It's a pain in the ass. You got to jump through hoops, get some it's a money grab. Get some inspections done, even though inspections have already been done at other states, and then send the title in, and it takes months to get it back. So in the time that we were waiting for this deal to happen, all of a sudden the messages and everything from the ad went away, and I was like, oh, that kid sold that truck. I'm mad. And so that's why I ended up with this truck. And long story short, 2 months later, I open up Marketplace, and there's this ad again for this truck, and I reached out and I'm like, dude, did you sell this truck? And he's like, no. I'm like, well, all of our messages went away. He's like, well, you know, blah blah blah. And I'm like, listen, I'll just buy the truck from you. I don't have the title back on the Trailblazer. I'll just buy the truck from you. And so he doesn't live here. He lives up in Tennessee, and it's about a 4-hour drive for him to come down. So we kept missing each other. Well, he can come down this day, but I'm at work, and yeah. So anyways, we connected again over the weekend, and I was like, the plan was to go there and get this thing running and then drive it off. And he said to me, he's like, listen, man, he goes, I'm just being honest with you. If you start that truck up, I'm not going to sell it to you. And I get it. I'm that way as well. He's like, I'm not going to watch you throw some batteries in this thing and turn the engine over enough for the starter to get a few teeth and see it start up and drive away. I won't sell it to you if you do that. And I said, well, dude, I don't know you and you don't know me, and I don't want to buy this truck in the hopes that it's fine. And he's like, listen, here's the deal. This is what happened, blah, blah, blah. And so I said, well, I'm going to trust that you're a man of your word, and I'll buy the truck. I said, I'll just come there. I'll have a tow truck meet us out there. I'll give you the money. And to be honest with you, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap. And I'm taking a gamble. And the parts to fix the truck are like $750. And it's going to take me all day to do it. And then it has other problems. You know, the tires are bad. Who knows what the condition of the brakes are. The thing's dirty as hell. It's got a smashed indoor. There's a lot of reasons why the truck was cheap, but not cheap at the same time. But anyhow, we got that thing delivered today, and so that'll be sitting there in the driveway when we pull in. We've got some security camera footage of it being delivered, which is cool. You know, I like to use that footage whenever possible. But so we'll have that, and we'll add it into this video. But anyways, we're just on that long road to the other house, and we'll get you set up and recording, and we'll talk about that truck. We'll show it to you in detail, and then we'll get you set up, and we'll move some stuff around. We'll move Crystal into a spot where we can get the tent set up to keep the sun off us while we're doing the job. And we'll talk a little bit about the products that we're going to be using. You know, I got to give a huge shout out to 4State Trucks. You know, without these guys, I wouldn't be able to do this project today. You know, times are tough on the YouTube channel. Stuff is hit or miss, whether people watch it or not. And, you know, 4State was still able to hook me up with some amazing products, and I can't wait to share that with you and show you guys what we're doing. And anyways, I'll get off for now, and we'll see you at the house. Well, guys, there it is. She's a gem, ain't she? 2014 Ram 3500 dually. Of course, it's got the inside dual in the back because it blowed out the front tire. Okay, and so anyway, she's got a farm bed on it, something we really needed. We're going to pop these doors open so you can take a peek in there. It's got the coolers in the floor, which is cool. Seats are really dirty. Headliner's really dirty. Yep, stinks in here. But for the most part, it's not in horrible shape. It does need cleaned. But like I said, for the most part, it's not horrible. Looks like something important. Yeah. But anyways, there it is. It's dirty, it smells bad, and it's not in the greatest shape in the world, but at least it wasn't cheap. I think there's some wasps in that thing last time I checked. See some stuff coming out of it. I don't see any wasps though, so that's kind of cool. Looks like they had this typical standard ridiculousness as far as this thing goes. These Dodge famous for that crap. She's got 423,000 miles up on her. Doesn't even try and start, so I'm not even sure what's up with that. But we're going to put some battery charger on it, let it sit for a while. First we'll get the meter out here and test it. Of course, it's never good to have your air filter off, but gives us a chance to squirt some goo in there and get that thing cleaned up. It is deleted. Like I said, we'll get the jumper on there and see what's going on with that thing. But that's it. That's the new farm truck. It's got this little smash in the door. We're going to get a new door and maybe have them fix the rocker panel. What is this? It's the old DEF tank nozzle. It's supposed to have a fill neck right here for fuel. We'll have to get after that. Right now they fill this tank up here and then it fills that tank down there. So yeah, we'll probably take these skins off and put them on the front. Who knows what's going to happen exactly. It's got a crappy hitch on it. which is too bad because I just bought the big hitch for my truck. Now I got to buy one for this truck. Yeah. But anyways, guys, we'll bring it back. Okay, so there's 11.3 volts. That should be enough to, yeah, that should be enough to make some shit happen. So I'm not sure what we're facing here. We'll put a charge on these things. Oh. Yeah, ain't no starter on it. There ain't no starter on it. We're gonna get on there and get us a look. Well, we got the new starter. I'll slide it up there. See about hooking it up. I know I can't get you under there with me. Pretty tight. Let's see. It's going to be 16. I should have just got them both, but sometimes I'm confident and then not so confident. Shop is a complete nightmare. But that's what we got to work with. We're going to try not to mess the starter up. Okay, we're going to put this in there. Look at these glasses back up on my face. All right. Now, take one bolt. But something is not hooked up. We need a little step ladder I can get up on. All right, put her back. Should be good. Alright, well, I don't see any other wiring that's not hooked up to the starter, but something is definitely not hooked up.
These two things are unplugged.
Yep, those aren't on the starter though. It's like there's no juice going to the ignition. Doesn't light up everything on the dash like it's supposed to. Let me see this. Okay guys, so heads up on what's going on right here. The reason the truck wasn't starting before, and why me and Jessica were concerned something wasn't hooked up, is because we didn't have the right key for the truck. We had a key that fit the ignition, would turn the key switch on, but this truck doesn't take a key, it takes a fob that inserts into the keyhole. And so it took a little bit of figuring out before finally it was like, okay, this key can just be any random key that fits in the hole and it's going to turn, but it's not going to turn the ECM, or it's not going to tell the ECM I've got the correct key, let's start the truck. So at this point in the video, I'd already taken this thing to the shop and got a new key made. So here we go. All right. Check that table, but none of the stuff in the box. Just any tools on the table.
Just laying around.
Yeah. Get a microphone. All right, guys. So here's the situation. It's hot as fuck in here. You want to do me a favor? Get that fan that's over there and unhook it from the wall and bring that fan over this way. Alright, boys and girls, so today we're going to start off by putting away all the tools because we've been slacking on the tools, and it's just not how we do business. So got Jake over here. We've been working a little bit on cleaning up the shop. You see that time lapse of us doing some cleanup and getting the red truck in here. Now, we haven't named that thing yet. It'll come at some point in time, but as of yet we have not. We're just going to get all these tools picked up, wiped up, and put away. Yeah, right in here, and then see if you can get. Did grab that? Is there a cord with it?
Yeah.
Grab that cord with it and try and plug it in right next to that oxygen bottle over there. You know, I used to pick up my tools before I'd go home every day, and then I went to where pick up my tools at the end of the day and then just pile them up by the door so I didn't have to get them all out. And then I went to just leaving them lay where they are until I came back to work on them, and that all of those are bad habits. So we're going to try to get back into the groove. Of course, you know, I've been expecting to be able to move for a while, and that hasn't happened, you know, because my builder got sick, and I've been just waiting for him because, you know, I don't like change, so I was just going to wait for him to get better so I could keep using the same people for building. But I don't think that's going to be a thing. Doesn't seem like he's going to be getting better. Unfortunately, he's a great guy. But I totally understand. Oh man, that's sure is nice. Super nice. Super nice to have a little fan. You can work that that black fan a little closer to under the truck so that we can feel it while we're working on the truck. That'd be cool. Get a little bit of, you know, a little bit of circulation, airflow, if you will. The tools are a mess. I hope to have them moved before winter, and that'd be super cool. Then once I get that shop set up, then I'll be able to get my tools all cleaned down and ready for winter. So we basically will go through all the tools with mineral spirits and degrease them all, and then we'll oil them. So that they can make it through the moisture section of winter. That shop's not insulated, so it's going to go through a bunch of temperature changes. I will be using I will be insulating it at some point in time, but I don't know when. It all depends on money. You know, yesterday I was going to have 80 grand in the bank on 2 sales, the RGN and the Nova, and both of them fell through. So I went from going to have 60,000 to not having any thousand, and I spent a little bit of it before I got it, which you never do, but I thought, well, I can get we've got some septic issues at the house I was going to get resolved, so I called the plumber and spent a little money there, and I was going to order the injectors for the Gentry engine, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I decided to. I was just about to tell them to go, and then I told them, no, let's wait a minute, and then I'm glad I did, because now we don't have the money. So it is what it is. I wanted to have that engine put together this week, but I need the injectors for that, and yeah, not good. You know what I mean? So, you know, another reason the tools are in a weird way is because half of the stuff that I use on a daily basis is I keep in the truck, and so there's that. Oh, looky, Jessica just got here with some grub. Let's get a little picture of her over there for you guys. Ooh, look at Jessica. All right, so we're gonna eat a little food, and I'll bring it back. Okay. So let's take these lines off of this thing, and any electrical that goes to it. Here's a light right here if you need to.
What's the trick to these ones right here?
Fuck, I don't know.
Flip. I think it's just got, yeah, it's just got that. It's got
Squeeze and turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna hook them sensors on that top of that depth pack and like lower it down a little.
That's fine.
There's plenty of room.
That's fine. You gotta start. Take this plate off and see if there's bolts holding on to it. Oh, right there. Just like that. Skirt me just a little bit. What do you want? Everything on this truck's metric. So that blue container I'm working out of, sockets are in there. I wish I had another one of these here, but there should be a ratchet in there as well, an extension. And why would that be a different size than the front ones? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make no sense to me either.
Somebody's just put something lost the bolt and thrown wherever they can. Then.
Yep.
So that's the money right
All right, we're gonna have to step it up a little bit to the 1/2 inch.
Take this whole piece out.
Yep. Yep, don't need the extra weight if we're not carrying the fuel tank. Well, this drive shaft ain't been off in a long ass time. Guaranteed. Drop tested. Feels good. Done did it. Just like that. Let's go down some more. Maybe that up wiring harness will just stay right there.
Oh yeah.
Alright, what's this?
That's
This one. Let's try it. Unclip that one. That one's going to be for the gauge. And what I want to do is I want to hook that up to the fuel gauge so that there's a depth gauge. I'll have the depth gauge go up and down with the fuel gauge. Not that anybody will not know it's deleted, because everybody will. Alright, let's take, I got this end. Get that end, let's take it down on the ground. Let's put it back in there. Yeah. Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, we'll move it again later. For right now, it's good. Okay, so now what we need to do is unwire this and whatever else might be connected to the transfer case first, and we'll get the transfer case bolts out and we'll take this off. Then we'll get these bolts off. We'll take this off. We'll have the transmission jack in. We'll take these bolts out and take this cross member out, and I know it got to get pried out. It's just these 4 bolts.
Okay.
So there's some bolts right here that hold it to this mount.
Yeah. 3.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll do those. We'll get these bolts. You have to do it with a wrench. That's a stud. That's a stud. You might spray those with some penetrating oil so you can get it out. And it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably, or 8 if there's one right at the
3
top.
counting this bottom one right there.
Okay.
2 and 3.
Alright, what do we got? Only 3% battery. We'll go get a new one. Alright guys, so battery died, so we're gonna go on. We went on without you, but we're gonna bring you along. Let's see what's happening. So here's the transmission. There's the transfer case, transmission. This is the ASIN transmission, heavy duty beach. And then we took the flywheel housing off so we can replace this seal right here, which is cam seal. It's really strange. It should have just came with a hard cover seal, but for some reason they didn't do it that way. So it takes a little square seal. Of course, you can't get it out. Of all the parts stores. So now we're delayed in getting this project complete. So that sucks. And we got the truck kind of hanging halfway out, so that kind of sucks. And well, it is what it is. But what we're going to do right now is just get some stuff cleaned up and get ready to get it put back together. And man, it's been a pain in the ass. They put 20mm headed bolts in the torque converter instead of just putting like a 14mm with a flange. They just use a stupid 20mm bolt, which made it kind of difficult. Of course, the last person who was in here used a bunch of red Loctite on the bolts, so you had to work it out every thread, and that sucked. But we got the hard stuff done. We're going to find this seal. Probably be Monday now. Wanted to have this thing done tomorrow, but probably be Monday. We're going to man, I wanted to have a forklift underneath the back of the truck. This is a lot of truck for this little lift. But what we'll probably do is clean out underneath it and set it down, and then maybe scoot it forward a little bit and raise it back up. You know, just because. And so we'll probably do that, and then maybe I'll pressure wash some stuff tomorrow. I don't feel like doing anything else today. My leg's hurting, and I'm dirty for certain, and I stink. So probably come out tomorrow, do some pressure washing, get stuff ready to go back together, clean up all the bolts, check all the pieces that I ordered to make sure they're all right, and find that cam seal, and then we'll get that flywheel housing put back on and torqued to the proper spec, and get the flywheel on and get that torque down, and starter back in, and then maybe we'll raise this transmission up and get that installed as well. I was thinking about pressure washing it. It's not really that dirty, but it doesn't look brand new, so I thought I'd hit it with the pressure washer, maybe paint it, and stick it in, and maybe pressure wash the transfer case. It's pretty haggard. There's also, we had a little bit of fluid in between the two, so one of the seals is leaking, so I'll see if I can source those seals. If so, I'll replace them. If not, I'll just put it back in. It's not the end of the world. There wasn't a lot in there, so it's just a little seepage. We have to replace exhaust manifold gaskets and turbo oil feed line, which should be here tomorrow. So we'll get that done tomorrow if we can. Anyways, it's just, you know, one step at a time. Get things cleaned and put back together. Get this truck ready to go so we can get it to the body shop while I'm gone to work and get that door fixed. That'd be sweet. So I'll bring you back for the rest of that stuff.